fiction is not important, fiction is fake, fiction is something you read for pastime. That is what most of the people I know tell me, who don't read fiction, or who don't even read at all. So I have been reading for I don't even know how many years, and I haven't even counted how many books I have read by far, but I can tell you the reasons why I read them. Okay, and I can tell you because I write, and fiction maybe in many ways help me to write, because when you read, you know how to build characters, you know how a writer thinks about a character, how a writer understands a situation and is trying to build up a framework, a map of a story, because a story contains characters. And like life, we are all characters in our life. We are the main characters, and everyone in our life are the side ones. If you think about it, other people are not the main characters of our life. But coming back to the point, reading has helped me a lot in writing. Writers inspire me. Uh, my favorite genres are thriller and mystery, horror. But I have read romance and I have read comedy. I highly recommend Anxious People. I don't remember the author, but yes. Anxious People is kind of a book that is so fun to read, and yet so you will understand people from different walks of life in a room. And that is what I'm telling you, that even if you are not writing, if you are reading, and a point that I'm going to tell you is that reading helps you understand, helps you observe, more like that, helps you observe different characters, different kinds of people around you. And when you read that, you sit with them and you think, okay, that is why a person does something, because that is what is going in their head. Because a writer writes a character with so much research and observation that it is almost true what he is writing. So it is not entirely fiction. Maybe the story that is happening there is fiction, but it is inspired by real life. And I think that is why you should read fiction, to understand, or even to not think about life for a second and just sit back and relax and read something that is not making you think. It does not necessarily have to make you better your vocabulary or make you read 50 books a year for just a streak going on. It just have to make you just have to, if you want to read, you just read one book, even a one book a year, and you pick one fiction. If I tell you, if you want to read, just pick up one fiction, any book. I'm not going to recommend any fiction that you pick up. You just pick up anyone, because the first fiction I read, not entirely, it did make me think things, but not the first time. It was The Alchemist. And yeah, it was The Alchemist. And it I did not understand it the first time I read it, but it was so in people was reading it so much that I thought, okay, let's give it a try. And I did not understand it first time, but the other time I did understand it. And it is also fiction, if you call, yeah, it is also fiction. So it made me understand life, see life in a different way through the character. So that is what I am saying. You don't have to try to be productive by even reading a book. You just have to enjoy it and not think about anything else. So yeah, that is my second point, that even if you read non-fiction and sorry, even if you read non-fiction and you haven't ever picked a fiction book, I recommend that. uh, Non-fiction helps you. Personally, I don't read non-fiction much. I read the ones that I think might help me sometimes in some things. But to be honest, I am more into fiction, and uh, I highly recommend people who read non-fiction also to read fiction. That, and fiction doesn't have to be only something that you think it's fake. Like I said, fiction makes you stop, and it pushes you in another universe, that you are not here. You are not living your life. You are living in someone else's life. You are in someone else's. You're not even you. The character has shifted. If you are in a story, you are in a story. And I think fiction really helps you with that. You don't have to pick a 500 pages book to make you understand a fictional book. You just have to pick a short story. Even a short story might help you, not help you, might make you fall in love with fiction. So yeah, I think fiction helps you be a better person. Yeah, I personally think that fiction helps you to be a better person. Non-fiction, I like I said, I have read non-fictions, but I was never able to complete any non-fiction book. I cannot name one non-fiction that I have completed, though I have bought non-fictions because I thought, okay, let's try, because it has good titles and summaries and nice, and it has things that it will help me. But I have not read them. I did uh, tried Quiet. I did try The Art of Storytelling. I did try Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. I did try Power by Robert Greene. I tried Seduction by Robert Greene. I tried Power of Subconscious Mind, Psychology of Money, but none of them uh, I was able to complete. If I tell you about fictional books that I have completed, starting with Alchemist, then I have Murakami's Norwegian Wood, Kafka on the Shore, then The Silent People, then Sally Rooney's Normal People, then Khalid Hosseini's The Kite Runner, Thousand Splendid Suns, then if The Book Thief, then I can tell you The Night Circus, then Harry Potter series, then Butter. I mean, I can name you so many fictional books that I have read. I keep forgetting the names, but my favorite ones are The Silent Patient and Murakami's Kafka on the Shore, and Ollie Alderton's Good Material, and Everything I Know About Love is such a good book. It's a simple read, but they are such good books that it's almost like you are living the reality, and you are living, like I am saying in this whole video, that you are not there. You're not living your life. You are experiencing someone else's life, and that is fiction. You experience someone else's life in your own mind. It comes here, and you understand things. You start observing everything differently. So that is why I think you should read fiction.